ever had the experience where you think one thing is the problem, but then something happens and you find out that you were completely wrong? Well, that's recently happened to me. So I'm going to tell you the story of how I came to be cleaning and decluttering this porch, why I'm surprised I was able to do it, what lessons I've learned from it, and if you find that you relate to any of this, you might want to consider subscribing, because we do talk about things like this here. Seeing the garbage and clutter piled around this porch really stressed me. It represented decisions not made, work not done, and made me feel careless. Careless about not valuing and treating well the things I've been blessed with. The small act of looking out my window in the door and seeing the porch in this messed up state was a painful reminder that I was unable to take care of it. You see, I have fibromyalgia. And while I do have fibromyalgia, and I do have to carefully manage my energy, this was something more. I mean, I could have, at any time, worked on the porch a little at a time, but I just hadn't done it. Instead, I had avoided going outside because I had to pass by and go through the mess to get anywhere in my yard. This created such a feeling of angst in me, of failure to act, failure to decide, and even failure to be kind to myself by creating a pleasant space to relax and enjoy. Instead, I defaulted to do what I normally do, and when I was tired, I spent a lot of time in my room, in a chair, watching TV, and basically watching other people's lives go by. But then something happened. We went to Disneyland, and it was great. I felt well. In fact, I walked about 20,000 steps a day. I slept well at night. I enjoyed the sun, took my time, and I didn't stress out. When I came home, I wanted to keep feeling that way, but I didn't. When I woke up the first morning, I felt terrible, achy, tired, and my nose was stuffed up. I couldn't breathe. I thought about it and I thought, wait a minute, is this how I feel when I'm home? And I realized, yes, I do. And then the week at Disneyland zoomed through my head, and I compared it with how I was feeling now. And I didn't know what to do. What do I do? I believe God helped me. The picture of my heavy white light-blocking drapes popped into my head, and I knew I had to throw them away. They had been custom made in 2008, but the seamstress really messed up, and she made them out of two fabrics, one fabric that couldn't be washed, and one fabric that couldn't be dry cleaned. We had tried to vacuum them, but it was really ineffective. They were a dust trap. I took them down, threw them off the balcony, and immediately was breathing better. We took down that curtain rod. I washed all the walls in the bedroom and the bathroom. I shampooed the carpet and the recliners. I cleaned everything I could think of. Light fixtures, the mattress, cold air returns, the vents. I swapped out the bedding, and I got new filters for the air purifier and the furnace. It worked. I am now sleeping comfortably in my bed, the first time in years and years. So, then the porch. I woke up one morning thinking about the strength I'd had at Disneyland. I realized that it was more than just sleeping. It was being outside. I was getting lots of vitamin D. I was walking. And the way I do Disneyland is different than many. We go for multiple days. This gives us time to walk, and rest. There's no stress about getting on the rides because I make a lot of strategic plans ahead of time about how and when we'll get on them, so we don't fight the crowds or stand in long lines. It really is a relaxing, pleasant experience for me, but the key thing is I was outside.
Don't you know, don't you know, no, no, don't you know, don't you know, don't you know, no, no, that I love you so.
At home, I'm almost never outside. So I knew I needed to fix that, but I had to be careful because heat affects my fibromyalgia. I had to make sure I go out in the morning before it gets hot. I remember the summer of 2020. I was working home. I got into the habit of waking up really early and going out and working in the yard for 30 minutes, 45 an hour. I really got to enjoy it. There's this golden light that comes in as the sun climbs over the mountains and through the trees in our yard, and you see the light changes across the porch and the grass.
Don't you know, don't you know, no, no, don't you know, don't you know, don't you know, no, no, that I love you.
I found that the yard is easy to weed in the morning because the sprinklers go off before I go out there. I really just love being in the yard that time of day. I feel peaceful. I feel strong. I feel mentally stable. And those good feelings last all day long. I realized that by staying inside because I didn't feel well, I was actually denying myself of a way to feel better.
Don't you know, don't you know, no, no, don't you know, don't you know, don't you know, no, no, that I love you. Yeah, I love you so.
I didn't want to keep living as I had, so I made two decisions. One, I would do whatever it takes to keep the dust down in my home so I can sleep better. I honestly didn't realize what a problem I had before. And two, I would spend time in my yard every morning, and I would take care of the yard in my slow, rotating way that works for me. But first, I was going to clean off the porch, even if it meant that I'd have an energy crash and have to recover for a few days. I did, but it only took me a few days to get past it, and it was so worth it. Cleaning this porch and getting rid of the trash has been so good for my mental health. And I can now enjoy it out there. And it encourages me to go outside and relax instead of staying inside all the time. You know, there's really something about being around plants that does heal the soul. So my recommendations to you, try to think outside the box. Are there things about your home or your life that are making it harder for you to feel well? Sometimes we get so used to our environment that we fail to notice what needs to change. That's what had happened to me. I really hadn't thought of my curtains and the dust as being a source of my sleep problems. In fact, I've told you in many videos that if I'm tired, I'll put off dusting, and dusting's an easy thing to do. But I didn't realize how much dust had built up on my walls and my curtains and in places I hadn't thought of. Cleaning that out absolutely has changed things for me. Also, look around to see if there's an area in your home that's dragging you down. Is it cluttered? Does it need to be cleaned? Would rearranging it help? What is it about it that's bothering you? Then do something. Take action. If you're tired or sick, just work on it a little bit at a time or ask for help. Fixing it is an investment in your physical and mental health. You're worth it. So I'd love to know, do you like being outside as much as I do? But do you keep yourself inside more than you should? Am I alone in that? Also, I'd really love to hear your ideas or tips on what I can do to keep the air quality in my home better. I have an air purifier, but I'm thinking there must be something more, something that I don't know about. Here is a video that YouTube, who knows you better than I do, feels that you really enjoy. I hope I see you again. Bye!